Guys, the winter update is right around the corner, and before it drops, there are a few very important things you need to do right now if you don't want to miss out on exclusive rewards, free skins, and long-term progression advantages. Some of these things are time-limited, some are about preparing ahead, and others could save you an insane amount of grinding later on. So even if you think you're already ready, stick around, because missing even one of these could seriously set you back. First things first, the Masquerade event is ending tomorrow, and this is easily the most urgent thing you need to focus on right now. If you haven't finished it yet, your main goal should be reaching 3,500 Sukars as soon as possible. Once you do that, you'll be able to unlock Nosferatu, and if you unlock him before the event ends, you'll receive a free skin for Nosferatu as an early unlock reward. That free skin will no longer be obtainable once the event is over, and there's no confirmation that it will ever return in the future. Even if you don't plan on using Nosferatu long-term, free and potentially exclusive skins are always worth grabbing, especially since these kinds of rewards tend to become rare over time. If you're close to 3,500 Sukars, grind it out now, queue matches back to back, play efficiently, and don't put it off, because once the event ends, that opportunity is gone. Alongside everything else coming in tomorrow's update, we're also getting a high-quality skin tied to a difficult bad challenge in Tower Defense Simulator, and this is something you'll want to prepare for in advance. This skin will be available starting with tomorrow's update, and is designed to reward players who can complete one of the harder pieces of content in the game. To unlock Narrator, you'll need to beat Tower Defense Simulator's newest event on hard mode. This isn't something you can just jump into unprepared, especially if you're newer or haven't played TDS in a while. If you're level 35 or higher, you'll be able to enter hard mode, and once you're in, you'll be given the option to choose from 3 preset loadouts. If you're not confident in your own setup, it's best to pick one of the stronger preset loadouts, since they're designed to give you a solid chance at completing the event without needing perfect optimization. For more experienced players, you can use your own custom loadout if you know what you're doing and already have strong towers unlocked. Either way, coordination is key here. The best approach is to queue up with 3 other players, communicate properly, and work together through the event rather than trying to solo it or rely on random teammates. If you're unsure about the best strategies, there are already guides and walkthroughs on YouTube that break down optimal tower placements, timing, and overall game plans. Preparing now will make unlocking Narrator much smoother once the update goes live. One of the most interesting things to come out of Krisaken is Day 12, which focuses on John Doe and Jane Doe, and more specifically, their relationship. Throughout Krisaken, each day has highlighted key characters, but saving John and Jane for the very last day feels intentional. These two have always been closely linked in Forsaken's lore, so ending the event with them naturally raised a lot of questions. What made this even more interesting is that alongside Day 12, we've now seen a brand new model for Jane Doe being shown off. This is the first time we've gotten a proper look at an updated version of her, and it immediately sparked speculation about whether this means she's finally being prepared for release. Forsaken doesn't usually update character models without a reason, especially when it happens right at the end of a major event like Krisaken. Now, to be clear, this is still speculation. There's no official confirmation that Jane Doe is coming in this update. However, the timing is hard to ignore. Being featured on the final day of Krisaken, paired with a newly revealed model, could suggest that she's planned for a future release, whether that's in this update or sometime shortly after. Either way, this is definitely something to keep an eye on. Next, and this one is extremely important, save your money. Do not spend it right now unless you absolutely have to. Winter updates are notorious for surprise releases, shop rotations, and limited time skins, and there's a very real possibility that we could see the return of the Dignity skin. Dignity has always been one of the most sought after skins in Forsaken, and if it does return, it's almost guaranteed to be expensive. If you blow all your currency before the update, you're going to regret it. Even if Dignity doesn't come back immediately, there will almost certainly be other limited or high-value skins worth buying, so hoarding your money right now is the safest and smartest move. Now, moving on to something that's more about preparing for what's coming next, you should absolutely be working on getting Noli to level 100. Even though Noli milestone skins have now been clarified as not coming in this specific update, everything we've seen still suggests that Noli milestones are planned content, just not releasing yet. We've already seen milestone-related assets, milestone-themed kill animations, and a clear progression structure that points toward future milestone rewards. Getting Noli to level 100 now puts you in the best possible position when those milestones eventually drop, instead of scrambling later while everyone else is already unlocking them. If you want to level Noli faster, the best thing you can do is play with friends. Even if milestones don't release immediately, this prep work will save you a ridiculous amount of time down the line. Speaking of milestones, we've finally seen the kill animation for the Milestone 3 skin, and that's a big deal. Historically, when Forsaken reveals fully finished assets like kill animations, it usually means that the skin itself is either complete or very close to being released. Because of that, there's a strong chance that the Milestone 3 skin, or at least its associated content, could release after this winter update, possibly in a later patch. This is another reason why leveling and preparing now is so important. Milestone content has a habit of dropping when people least expect it, and the players who prepared early are always the ones who benefit the most. Another massive thing you should be preparing for is the Treadstone John Doe skin. This one is especially important because if it does release, it's expected to be badge-based and not a shop skin. That means if you miss it, you may never get another chance to unlock it. To prepare for this, you should work on getting the System Deleted badge, which is tied to Timur Mode Chapter 3. However, before you even attempt Timur Mode, you should first play through Chapter 4 on Normal Mode. Doing this allows you to unlock and understand the best battlers, which will make Timur Mode significantly easier. Jumping straight into Timur Mode without proper preparation is one of the biggest mistakes players make, and it usually results in wasted time and failed runs. Once you're comfortable with Chapter 4 on Normal Mode and have strong battlers, then you should attempt Timur Mode Chapter 3 to secure the System Deleted badge. If the Treadstone John Doe skin does release and you already have this badge, you'll be instantly ahead of most of the player base. Doing all of this now puts you in the best possible position going into the update. So make sure you're subscribed, and most importantly, start doing these things now before the winter update arrives.